Project Zomboid, one of the hardest survival zombie games ever made. That's what it's been called. So, obviously, I had to give it a shot. Being someone who loves zombie games in general, I've spent a lot of time on games like 7 Days to Die, The Forest, and things like that. And now that I have a gaming PC, I thought to myself, it's time for some Project Zomboid. Initially, I didn't think it was going to be too hard to adapt. But then I realized how terrible I was with the mouse and keyboard. But I thought, I'll get used to it. It's going to be fine. I had watched some videos on the game and it looked extremely interesting. And it appeared to be a game that I really would enjoy playing. So I spent some time, loaded in, tried out a few characters, and, as you may have guessed, died a bunch of times. Now for me, the hardest part of this game is the combat. Mostly because I am not ready for mouse and keyboard yet. I am absolutely terrible at it. But I really enjoy this game, so I continued to play. And the video you're seeing here is about an hour for me. An hour of total game time of trying to learn this game. Between watching some videos and playing for myself, this is where I was at. And I felt like I was getting there. I was still learning stuff, still figuring out buttons, but it wasn't going bad. I figured that, if I closed the curtains, they wouldn't hear me. But just then I heard that glass break and I about crapped my pants. I figured I better search some things and stuff like that, but absolutely terrified the whole time. And I thought, I'll just go about my business. I have everything closed up. What are the odds that they're going to see or hear me? I should be totally fine, right? Yeah, not so much. They're everywhere, breaking through literally everything. But I couldn't figure out where they were coming from. Were they next door? What was going on? I wasn't quite sure. So I thought, well, they're not breaking in here that I can see. I'm going to close some things up, and things are going to be fine. They're not breaking in here. But then I thought, well, I'm in a really small house, so what am I going to do? After walking around aimlessly for a while, I looked and realized I didn't have anything covering this window, and a zombie saw me. And I thought, well, it's just the one. We can probably handle this. Yeah, I was totally wrong. I walked around in circles trying to push him over, but I could not get my aim right, and I ended up getting bit. So at this point, I pretty much knew that this character was done for. But I was like, well, let's at least see if we can get a kill. We lost our hat, but we ended up knocking him down a couple times, but we could never really get our aim just right. And that's something that I'm gonna have to spend time on this game, is figuring out how to aim, because I could not get it. And then as another zombie came in, I figured this was it. It was over. It was time to try again. So I created a new character, and I thought, okay, let's do this. And wouldn't you know it, I spawned back in to the same exact house that I just died in. I didn't even know that that was a thing. So initially I thought, well, maybe it's because I went to Riverside and it's the smallest town, so there's not as many houses. So I thought, I'm going to move this curtain and I'm going to put it in the front. But obviously I got distracted because I wanted to shut that door. Then we put it up and, I said, okay, I should be pretty safe now, right? But I noticed that I could see myself outside on my old body. And I thought, we're going to leave it alone for now. We're going to turn on Life and Living on, and we're just going to relax, and everything is just going to be dandy. But, boy, was I wrong. I got up enough courage to go outside and try to kill my previous character. I succeeded, finally, and I was feeling pretty good. So I thought, let's go for a walk. What's the worst that could happen? We'll look around, we'll see what we got going on. Maybe we'll just check the next house. It seemed like a great idea. But, as we all know, Mayhem's great ideas are not always so great, as you will soon see. I try to open the window, and, we set the alarm off. What are the odds of that? Who would have ever suspected that this is what would happen? Not me. Yep, that's just my luck, though. Especially when it comes to alarms. If anybody remembers the police car alarm from our Alpha 21 live stream the other day, courtesy of our friend Classified, not telling us that that's what was going to happen. But so I thought, it's going to be fine. We'll just move on. And everything is just going to be dandy. If you have enjoyed this video so far, make sure you give it a big fat like, because this is our first ever Project Zomboid video, and hopefully once I get a little bit more practice and we get a little bit better, our Project Zomboid videos will get a smidge better. But I just wanted to bring you guys a taste of Project Zomboid, so I hope you guys did like this. But anyways, we went for a walk and we did some things, and we found this bar, and we found a whole lot of nothing inside. And then there was just zombies and zombies, and it felt as if no matter where I went, they were just everywhere. And at this point I was getting hungry. I didn't feel safe at all, so I thought I'm just gonna walk, and eventually I'm gonna outrun them, right? Because that's a logical thing. Eventually I'll get away and there won't be any around. What I've learned so far in my short time in Project Zomboid is you never get away. They're always there. There's always zombies around, and they're always trying to kill you. And once you get bit, that's it. And I made some pretty close calls, and I thought I was gonna get it, but I got surrounded. And that was the end for me. 2 deaths in about 30 minutes. What a great time. Thank you guys for watching, and I can't wait to see you guys in the next episode of Project Zomboid.